Hey guys, Collin Sampson here with the GoldMember Trading Group, shooting this video to talk about what happened today with the gold and hopefully give you some ideas of what could happen tomorrow. Now keep in mind this is my opinion based on my very basic analysis of the price action of gold over the past several days. Okay, so I've been watching and studying gold for several weeks now, trading demo as well as trading live. I've done fairly well trading gold. I think my win rate is around 60%. But the point of this video is just to talk about what we witnessed today and what we can potentially expect going into tomorrow. So if you watch my video of yesterday, you'll see that I had this short-term bull channel. So we saw this short-term upward movement. We saw a couple big swing highs, creating higher highs and higher lows. And I had a couple people ask me about how to draw a channel. And all you're looking for in a channel is a trend. You're basically drawing trend lines in the market. So you're drawing trend lines, support and resistance. For example, if you're drawing a bull channel, you're looking for an uptrend and you're basically connecting the dots. So you can see price made a high here, low here, high here, higher low, higher high. And that tells you that you're in an uptrend, and you can just connect these highs and draw the top of the channel, connect these lows and draw the bottom of the channel. So that's how I drew this short-term bull channel that we saw yesterday over the price movement. What I was really anticipating the price to do is make a higher high within this bull channel, but today we saw it actually do the exact opposite. And this is why I said yesterday to really keep your eyes on this 1200 area. Get rid of this line. This orange line is 1200. So I said to really keep your eyes on this 1200 area. And keep in mind that despite the fact we were in this short-term bull channel, we were in a much longer-term bear channel. I drew this bear channel, the same concept as this short-term bull channel. You see the price making a high, and then making a low down here. Then it made a high up here, a lower high. So you have a high, low, lower high. And you can see from the price movement today, we started around here. You can see, we saw some rejection from the support of the bull channel, like it was trying to make a move up. There were a couple clues that the price was going to move back down into this bear channel. And also we did have a high impact news event. It was the existing home sales data that was very bullish for the US dollar, and gold and silver having the inverse relationship to the US dollar, we saw a strong bearish reaction to the bullish US dollar news. So actually this candle, this big red candle, is a $10 drop in the price in reaction to the bullish US dollar news, that existing home sales data that was released at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. So this is a 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern candle for me, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern candle. We saw a $10 drop in the price. And before that, we did have some clues that the price was not going to stay within this bull channel like I anticipated. And again, when you're looking at a channel, when you're looking at a bull channel, an upward trend, you really want the price to make a higher high. So naturally in a channel, it wants to hit the top of the channel, bottom of the channel, top of the channel, bottom of the channel. And I was really anticipating it for it to come back up through the top to the top of the channel and get us up to around 1209, 1250, or maybe even up to 1214. It's kind of what I was anticipating. And these are just previous support resistance lines that I've had in the past, previous turning points in the market, strong areas of the market. So I was really looking for the price to move up to these areas and find a little bit of resistance up here, but we can see that it basically did the exact opposite, and it dropped back into this bear channel at 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern. If you're looking on the hourly chart, you can see a couple good clues that the price was not going to keep moving up. Okay, and like I said, when I shot the video yesterday, we were right in here, and we were starting to make this gradual move down. And what I said in the video is the price is probably going to move down to 1200. It moved a little lower than 1200, I think like 1199, and then it made a nice little move up to 1204. And we already knew that we had 1204 drawn in yesterday because we knew it was a strong area. And I'll show you on the daily chart, and across all the charts you can see 1204 is a strong area. And for example, this is the hourly chart. We can see 1, 2, 3 touches, 4 touches, 5 touches, 5 touches at this area of resistance at 1204. And then we can see again, shortly after I shot the video, it made this move up to 1204, but it failed to close above 1204. And then we can see 1, 2, 3 more touches at 1204, but the candle is clearly opening and closing below 1204 and almost touching 1204 exactly. Okay, so that was another great indicator is that we saw this move up off of the bull channel like it was trying to make a new high, but again it failed to make a new high and it resisted the previous high of the channel, which is also once again that 1204 area. And this is a great example. It would have been a great indicator, and I hope somebody saw this or took action on this. So what happened is that it made a nice little move up off 1200 up to 1204 like we were anticipating, but it resisted, it rejected, and then almost this entire hourly candle engulfed the two previous candles that we saw from this upward movement. So that would have been a great indicator to say that this price is not making a higher high. It's coming out of this bull channel, short-term bull channel, and it hopped back into this bear channel. Now we did see this candle close within this longer-term bear channel, so the downward movement, downward trend. And we can see a little pullback, kind of a consolidation area where it actually snapped. It went back up to 1204, kind of dojied out right here. It touched 1204, but it closed down here around 1202. So it kind of did more of a doji at the top of this upward movement. And we see another bearish engulfing candle on the following candle after this doji. And the doji is basically it's a candle that has a short body, and it has a long wick and a long shadow. So both of these wicks on either end are generally equidistant, and it's a candle that means indecision. The market isn't really making a strong move in either direction, and more often than not it means a reversal, but it can mean just a pullback before a continuation. So what would have been smarter is to wait for this candle to open and close, and you see a nice bearish engulfing candle. It engulfs this previous bull candle that's on the other side of the doji. So this would have been a really good entry point to say, you saw it come back into this bear channel on this candle, but when it goes and retests 1204 yet again, and it fails at 1204 again, and it closes back, it opens above this bear channel, but it closes well inside of the bear channel. That would have been another great entry point, and I wish I would have been awake to see this. So we can see this clear resistance, prices failing to make higher highs, coming out of the bull channel, it's coming back into the longer term bear channel. And again, what do we see price do inside of these channels? Top of the channel, bottom of the channel. Top of the channel, we kind of a weird movement in here, a little consolidation area. And then again, bottom of the channel. And we saw a textbook move today right back down to the bottom of this bear channel. And I think the catalyst to that move was the US dollar news. Again, this is the 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern candle. The existing home sales data was released. It's a high impact, high volatility expected with this news report data. And we can see a $10 drop from $11.97 all the way down to $11.87. So a $10 drop within an hour in result of that bullish US dollar news that was released with the existing home sales. Okay, so a lot of people started selling right as that bullish USD news happened. We saw a $10 drop. We saw a little bit of pullback over the next hour, 2 hours, and then it just kept bleeding from there. And at this point, with where we're at right now, I'm pretty confident. But again, this is my opinion. I really encourage you to form your own opinion. Maybe use a little bit of what I say and challenge me and go with your own opinion and go with your gut feeling. But this is what I really think it's going to do tomorrow based on this channel and based on the movement over the past couple days. And I'm going to flip over to the daily chart really quick just to illustrate the importance of this 1200 area. Now, we like these metals, gold and silver, and the commodities because they take on these predictable trends. Greg Sane, our fearless leader, started this group, as the Silver Surfer, surfing silver all the way down because we see it taking on a downtrend over the past several months. It feels like over the past maybe over a year, the price of silver has been moving down, obviously with a little pullback and little pockets of moving up. The general trend has always been moving down over the past a long time, we'll just say that. And you can see these last week has been challenging. It definitely has, because if you're looking for puts every day, you're going to be right maybe 4 days. But if you're looking for calls every day, you're going to be right maybe 3 days. Okay, because if you look over these last 7 days, there's no real trend happening. You don't see it, 4 or 5 red candles in a row. You don't see 4 or 5 bull candles, upward candles in a row. We're just kind of seeing a bear candle, bull candle, bear candle, bull candle, bear candle, bull candle, bear candle, bull candle. Maybe. I don't think so. I think we're going to see a nice downtrend over the next couple days, and I say that because we're in this little consolidation range, and if we kind of draw a line here, if we just kind of draw this range in, we draw kind of the support and resistance. See, kind of price is failing to go below there, roughly. We could say that's kind of the support over the past 7 days in this consolidation area. And this candle clearly closed below that range. Now you could say, well, it hasn't closed all the way below these candles, which means that we could see another move up. We could see another bull candle at the end of the day and see this thing come back above 1200. But I really think hopefully the market has kind of made its mind as to where it wants to go, and I think we're going to see a nice drop over the next couple days, maybe into some lows that we haven't seen in maybe a week, 2 weeks. Okay, so I think in the next maybe week, I don't think we're going this far. I think we're going to move down to maybe like 1170, potentially 1160. I mean, we were just there not too long ago. This is this is March 16th, so a little over a month ago we were down around 1153, 1600. So potentially we'll be moving down there in the next week, 2 weeks. But I just wanted to show you guys how important this 1200 area is. You can see it's been almost the midline of this consolidation that we've seen over the past week. 1200 right here, a little bit above 1200. You guys get my point. But again, we've just seen price move above 1200, come back to 1200, below 1200, come back to 1200. It's definitely a really key area to keep your eyes on. Definitely would be a good idea to draw out the line at 1200 just for your own reference, kind of as a reference point in the market. But again, we see kind of this is a nice bearish candle. It almost closes below this consolidation range. Really leads me to believe, we are at the bottom of this Bollinger Band. RSI is now below 50. It's at 45. Another indicator, one of the indicators that I like to use. It does a great job of showing you the momentum. Generally speaking, when you're in a downward trend, you're going to see the RSI go below 50. When you're in an upward trend, you're going to see it come above 50. So it's kind of like the stochastic. It's a oscillating indicator, meaning it moves up and down. The only downside of these indicators is it's going to tell you, overbought when it's over 70, 80, oversold when it's under 20, 30. But it can stay overbought and it can stay oversold for a long period of time. And when we're in these consolidation areas, you can see that it's kind of hanging out around 50. You can kind of see this little bit of divergence happening. You can see the price kind of staying the same, but you can see the RSI is making lower highs, and now it's finally crossed below 50, which is again another indicator I think we're going to be moving down. You can see the price kind of staying the same right here, and you can see some clear bearish divergence happening on the MACD. Again, the MACD is just a comparison between the 12 and 26 day moving average. It's the histogram, this is the MACD line, and this is a 9-day moving average. This is what's called the trigger line. Now, I don't really use these lines as much as I use the histogram. And I really just look on the histogram for that bearish and bullish divergence. You can use the MACD to look for that bearish and bullish divergence when you see the price staying the same, or you see the price making a higher high, but you see the MACD making a lower high, like we're seeing right here. It's a good indication of bearish divergence, which means the price is going to start moving down. The same goes for the opposite way. If you see the price making higher highs, so it's moving up, but you see if you see the price making lower highs moving down, but you see the MACD making higher highs, that's bullish divergence, and usually an indicator the price is going to start moving back up. So I really think over the next couple days we're going to see a nice move down. I'm going to flip back to the hourly chart and talk about what I think is going to happen for tomorrow. Keep in mind, we already had this bear channel drawn in yesterday. If you go watch my video, you'll see the same exact bear channel. This is the top of the channel, this green line. This is the bottom, this pink line down here. And again, to draw in your channels, you're just connecting highs and you're connecting lows. Okay, that's all you're doing is connecting the dots. Short-term channel, I just connected these lows, connected these highs. The longer-term bear channel, and you can have channels inside of channels inside of channels inside of channels. You have multi-tier channels, which is more of a advanced price structure from what I understand. A little harder to read, of course. Hey, but that's what we signed up for, right? So again, since now that we're in this longer-term bear channel, we're back in this longer-term bear channel. Naturally, you know, what it should do is it should move up to the top of this channel and then make another nice move down. Okay, and I feel like that's the smart thing to do tomorrow, is to wait for a price to move up to the top of this channel, because we know we're in a downward movement, a downward trend, and we want to take puts, or we want to sell off of resistance, a trend line resistance from the bear channel. So the ideal place would be to wait for, I think the price is going to make a nice move up to around 1194 to 1197, and that's when I'm going to look for resistance and rejection off of this resistance line of the channel. I'm going to look for it to resist and reject off of here, and start, you know, give me a nice bearish candle and indicating a nice move down. So you can see, you know, today we made this dip all the way down to 1187. Now we're just kind of seeing some consolidation happening. We did see a little pullback, but it just kind of kept bleeding down. But if you look on the MACD, we're definitely getting some bullish divergence. Obviously, the question is, you know, how far are we going to move up before we make another move down? But I do think we're going to make it up to around 1194 to 1197. And I got these numbers using this previous trading range that we saw. I talked about this in the video yesterday. When you see the moving average, this is a 20-day moving average. When you see the moving average kind of flatten out and you see a consolidation period, you can draw out some support and resistance areas. And you know, we can see, and you can even draw this little midline. This midline in this consolidation range acted as support for this movement yesterday. It came back down to this midline and then snapped back up. So this is definitely a strong area, 1194 to 1197, and also you can see it also intersects with the top of the bear channel. And from what I understand, the ideal place to take a trade is off the top of a bear channel, because you know you're in a downward movement. So I'm going to be looking for the price to move up to around 1194, 1197, and it might not even get that high. You can see the price tried to, you know, what once was support becomes resistance, and what was once resistance becomes support. So we can see the support here. We can see the price tried to kind of make it lower down here, so it could resist off, you know, these wicks down here. You know, we could see it move to 1192, 1193, and then make a nice move down. It could undershoot the top of this channel and then make a nice move down. And it could go past the bottom of this channel down here. But what I'm looking for tomorrow is just for price to move up to around this 1194, 1197, at least 1193, and then I'm going to look for a rejection, and I'm going to look for a nice bearish candle, you know, coming off the top of this channel. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this helped. What I'm also going to do on my demo account, if this price is just staying down here and I can't get into the market for another 4 hours and 20 minutes, but if the price stays down here, I'm going to do some experimenting and take some calls for end of day, because we know that when it hits the bottom of the channel, it wants to come back up. So if the price is kind of consolidating around here, I might take a couple calls for end of day on my demo account just to play around and kind of test that idea. But I feel like the smartest thing to do would be to wait for it to move to the top and then take a put or sell off of the rejection of the channel. Sell or put off of the resistance. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd appreciate it if you liked, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave me some love. And best of luck, best of success trading to you tomorrow. If you want to join our team, or you want to at least join my news group where I keep you up to date on the US dollar news and provide this free analysis, buy the indicator from me using the link below. I'll add you in the Facebook group and we'll get you plugged in. Alright, so have a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.